legends.
He looks like the mime in The Incredibles. What's up, Squid? It's your Squid. You know what the video's about based off the title and the thumbnail. Let's just get straight into it. My comments section, there's been a fiery debate about whether it's the car or Lewis that is the reason for the success. And the general consensus seems to be that it's actually both. But yeah, there's some fiery debate going on in the comments, so I figured let's see what F1 legends think about it, right?
7 was a landmark moment for F1, as Michael Schumacher decided to exit the sport after 7 world championships. But this would soon be overshadowed with the rise of a rookie in the McLaren team by the name of
I should watch the rise of the rookie Lewis Hamilton video at some point as well.
The greatest rookie seasons of all time.
That just looks like such a gnarly track.
Only 1 point behind Ferrari's Kimi Raikkonen. Since then,
done videos on him.
His critics wrong, as he went on to win championship after championship, equaling
championship after championship, right?
Hamilton's success has won the hearts of millions of fans worldwide and brought about a renewed interest in the sport, especially among younger audiences. As one of the greatest
always good to see someone dominate.
It begs the question, what do F1 legends think of Lewis Hamilton? Let's find out.
Yeah, let's.
Fittipaldi.
As always, right? As always, if you want to watch this video without my reaction to it, without me, without all of this stuff, click on the link in the right at the bottom of the description. Go and give this guy his like, give him his sub, you know, watch that video if you want to. If you don't like reaction videos, that's cool. Leave a dislike while you go, because then you'll get less reaction videos sent to you. My videos will get sent to less people like yourself that don't like reaction videos. Like, it's an algorithm thing. I'm not offended if you leave a dislike. But yeah.
Fittipaldi was once the youngest driver to win a championship back in 1972. After winning another championship in 1974,
he's a big deal, evidently.
The Fittipaldi name and later moved to IndyCar.
I'll open this off screen.
When asked about his thoughts on Hamilton, Fittipaldi said, "I like Lewis. I think he's one of the top guys in Grand Prix racing, and he deserves the championship for sure. I followed him since the first time I watched him in F3 in Germany many years ago. I think he's a fantastic driver. He's extremely talented and he has a great style of driving that I like. He's very aggressive at overtaking people. He's good for motorsport. He puts on a great show. We need this in Grand Prix racing. We're missing action,
very high
and
praise.
He's the action man." Fittipaldi also spoke about the challenges Hamilton would face in defending his title, saying, "I think Lewis with Mercedes, the combination..."
He looks a bit what's his name? What's that guy's name? What's the actor's name?
Fittipaldi.
He passed away, but what's his name? Like the James and the Giant Peach guy. He's not, that's definitely not what he's famous for. He's famous for a whole bunch of other things, but I'll figure out who, and like you'll have already seen in the edit and stuff, but he looks like that guy to me.
He also spoke about the challenges Hamilton would face in defending his title, saying, "I think Lewis with Mercedes, the combination, in my opinion, is still the most competitive
It's a hell of a sweater.
I think it will be a great championship."
Takes a certain person a bit, like I know I'm focusing on superficial stuff, but it takes a certain type of person to pull that off, right?
Still the most competitive combination. I think it will be a great championship. When you're defending the world championship, it's an extra challenge because you're the world champion.
So you got a point to prove.
Championship is tough. There'll be tremendous pressure
and people have got a point to prove against you too, you know.
He is popularly known for his battle with Michael Schumacher during the 1994 season, which he lost under unfortunate circumstances. Hill would later redeem himself in 1996, winning the championship for Williams, cementing his and his father Hill's winning legacy as British legends.
He looks like the mime in The Incredibles
we've ever produced. Year in, year out, he's delivered against all corners in all situations, and he's got this down to a fine art now, the way he goes about it. He's matured in every respect. He is properly formidable as a competitor. He's probably at the height of his powers, and he knows it.
Probably,
yeah. About it.
You'd think. I mean, shit, if he's not at the height, yeah, you'd wonder, right? You'd go, if winning 100 races, I think that's what it was, 100 races, first person to do it. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments section. But like, if this is not peak Hamilton, fuck me, what does peak Hamilton look like? You know what I mean? Like,
they're added, I think he's got a kind of natural talent, which is once every 25 years something like this comes along. He doesn't get the wider
generational
talent. But that is a problem with our sport. I don't think it's Lewis' fault. I wonder if it's the sport itself that has drifted away from the centre of attention. Michael Schumacher, regarded as one of the greatest drivers of all time, the Schumacher name is
certainly when I was growing up
legendary. The former Ferrari driver
fucking loved him.
7 world championships, 91 race wins, and 155 podiums in his years in F1. His record's beaten only by Hamilton himself.
There we go,
had a lot to say about Hamilton's second year on the grid, stating,
lines up with what I was saying.
About what he's done in such a short time, just arriving and competing last year with Alonso and being very often quicker, that talks for itself. Is he the best? Is he not the best? You look at the circumstances. It's not always very straightforward or clear to understand from the outside.
Yeah, you can't compare apples to oranges,
but his record someday responded positively, claiming, I would say absolutely yes. Hamilton could win 7 titles.
Yeah.
Nobody thought, even me, that I could beat Fangio. Then
sorry if you hear the central heating coming on. Like, obviously we've hit that point in the seasons. If you watch my shorts on YouTube, you will have seen it's got to the point of coldness that we've turned the central heating on. So yeah, if you hear it in the background, is what it is, you know what I mean? It's not what it isn't. Obviously, I'm not going to let people go cold just while I'm filming, you know, that would be selfish of me.
Hamilton could win 7 titles. Nobody thought, even me, that I could beat Fangio. Then I did. Records are there to be beaten.
Yeah, that's it.
Soon take over
That's why we keep records.
From the 2013 season onwards. We all know Lewis is one of the best drivers we have around. I'm sure that he and the team will have a successful future. The team had the option in Lewis
not quite as high praise as the last one.
Schumacher on Hamilton's future at Mercedes. Jackie Stewart, known as the Flying Scot.
The Flying Scot.
Stewart was one of the
have a look at the tartan on his helmet. That's cool.
The 60s and 70s. His 3 championship wins are a testament to his abilities in a racing car.
Nice, 3 championships.
In the 1970s for the Tyrrell team makes him one of the best drivers to come out of Britain. Stewart has spoken about Hamilton on multiple occasions and feels quite strongly about his fellow Briton. He's earned it. He has made big decisions. He left McLaren and that was a surprise to a lot of people, including me.
Okay, yeah, but still.
And went to Mercedes. It was a big decision.
That was because of Niki Lauda, right? Yeah.
He's learned so much. Niki Lauda has been able to guide Lewis very well.
Yeah,
Lewis
nice.
has been in a great team with a great package, but nevertheless, you have to.
That video is going gangbusters. If you haven't watched that one yet, go and give it a look. It's one of the most successful F1 videos I've done as yet. It's a testament to how much people like Niki Lauda, I think, as well, you know what I mean?
Commented Stewart on Hamilton's consecutive wins. Stewart, however, has many a times been critical of Hamilton for his party lifestyle, and more importantly in 2016 where he called Hamilton a little ballerina when Lewis tried to ruin Nico Rosberg's title bid in 2016.
Okay,
Montoya,
interesting.
The Colombian driver is one of the sport's most beloved heroes, and celebrated by fans.
How many racing car drivers does it take to destroy a jet dryer? Just one. It's alive for spectacular drives. Despite racing in the same era as Hamilton, the two never got to race against each other due to Montoya's abrupt departure in 2006. Montoya's often stressed upon the point that Hamilton's prosperity is very much the result of a strong car, saying, I think Lewis has done an amazing job with Mercedes. He's had an amazing career. He's steering wheels are fucking complex, aren't they?
Time, which was key. It worked for him, and he's taken full advantage of it. Montoya, however, does think that Hamilton barely faced stiff competition until the 2021
again, not quite as high praise,
had the best car, so he never had to take any risks. It would fall his way over a whole season anyway. Now we see a very different Lewis, one we haven't seen in a few years, and that's positive.
So he's thankful for the challenge that people like Verstappen are providing.
Than he's gone in previous years, and must mentally and physically tap into kegs he hadn't tapped in a while, because it simply wasn't necessary. So I think Max made sure we got to see a new.
See, that's not so much critical of Hamilton.
Go a step further, and that's great for the sport.
Yeah, that's not so much critical of Hamilton as it is critical of the sport.
To ever win a world championship,
like
was at the helm of
sort of like talking hockey-wise, you know, saying people were talking about it on social media recently, saying Conor McDavid is the best hockey player to ever live, and it's like he may well very be the best player right now alive, currently playing, but the best player to ever live, like it's you know, you'd only know that if the rest of the competition was even better than it is now as well, because you can't compare different eras with different eras when the average ability is different in those eras, you know what I mean? But anyway.
Ferrari's winning car in 1979. Initially,
go back, who are we talking about? What's this guy's name?
Jody Scheckter.
Thanks, Jody Scheckter.
The only South African driver to ever win a world championship.
There you go.
Scheckter was at the helm of Ferrari's winning car in 1979.
South Africa in the news at the minute with Quinton de Kock and all that, with the T20 World Cup and stuff. If you're following the cricket, you'll know what I'm talking about. And it's like, you know, the TLDR, too long didn't read political thing for me is like, obviously, if he's a bit of a dick, if he's racist, he's racist. That's dickish, you know, like everyone, that should go without saying and whatnot. But also, forcing political opinions on players of a sport seems a bit dickish to me as well, you know, to force everyone to take a knee. Like, doesn't that discredit the knee taking anyway? Like, if everyone's being made to do it, isn't it a bit tokenistic at that point? Like, what? Where do we draw the line at sports people being forced to do political things? You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with him if he's racist, but I also don't agree with people forcing him to do things politically against his will as a sportsman, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, he has a right to be racist. I think that's dickish, and we all then have a right to respond to his racism with, like, hey, that's dickish. But, like, surely we want those people to be out in the open so that we can go, hey, that's dickish. You know, we don't, if we're forcing people to hide. Anyway, I was trying to do a short version of that.
Formula One, but he would eventually improve over the years to finally secure a title win.
You know what I'm saying. Rational people know what I'm saying.
79. Initially, Scheckter had a terrible run in Formula One, but he would eventually improve over the years to finally secure a title win. Scheckter's win for Ferrari would be the last time the constructors won the championship until Schumacher's title in the year 2000. Although having retired from racing, Scheckter still closely follows the sport and thinks highly of Hamilton, mentioning, "When he came his first year and a half, 2 years, it was brilliant. I mean, no one comes in and has that sort of performance with so little things going wrong. It was incredible, and he was not even making mistakes by being over.
This has got shades of the other one though, saying like
completely stupid.
The competition
the best driver in heavy traffic. He did
wasn't all that great for him.
And got away with it most of the time. I'm definitely a fan of his." Scheckter's also likened himself to Hamilton a bit, saying, "I was like Hamilton, but I had accidents that he never had." Rubens Barrichello, hailed by many as one of the best drivers who have never won a championship, Rubens Barrichello's accomplishments for most of his career were overshadowed by his more successful teammates like Schumacher and Button. Yet Barrichello had gained 11 Grand Prix wins and 68 podiums in his F1 stint from 1993
It's better than poking the eye with a sharp stick, isn't it?
Having partnered Schumacher for the better part of his career, Barrichello is usually asked to compare other drivers to his former teammate. When speaking about Hamilton, he told the media, "Hamilton has a talent that is possibly even greater than Ayrton's and Schumacher's."
Wow, that's super high praise.
He's been progressing, and today you see the end product. Barrichello did have his doubts about Hamilton though at one point, adding, "Honestly, I think there was a time when I thought Lewis was losing it with life, but he recovered well. When you're a star, you get tempted by everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
People, money. I don't know, because I never asked him that. It's not fair for me to say that. Talent for talent, I think he's going to make more
if I had that kind of money, I'd be Charlie Sheen.
Right now, he's in the shape of knowing what he needs. He's much better prepared than ever physically," explained Barrichello while comparing the two. Though Hamilton has time and again displayed why he is the greatest driver of his time, the defending champion still has a long way to go in a season that has turned out to be his toughest in recent years. With both the Honda and Mercedes cars nearly equal in speed, this may at last be the year for Hamilton to show his critics that he's more than just his car, and make it a record-breaking 8th World Championship. What do you think about Lewis Hamilton? Is he the greatest driver of all time? Let us know in the comments below. And for more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, as always, go and give him a like if you want to watch that video. The link's at the bottom of the description. After all the stuff that makes me money, speaking of making me money, I like money. Turning some of yours into mine on a monthly basis would be ideal, just like those mad dogs on that list and whatnot. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton. Seems to be that the consensus is he's a really good driver in a really good car. There were a couple of comments there on his lifestyle and on his, like, you know, how he lives a bit of a rock star lifestyle and stuff like that. So if you want to give me a bit more context on that in the comment section, that would be dope, because yeah, I haven't heard anything about that or know anything about that other than seeing him in like real flash suits with diamantes and shit on him, and like with his nose ring and stuff like that. But fuck, if you've got it, flaunt it, right? If you've got the money, spend it. Like, fucking A. Better on lavish shit that, you know, trickles down and goes through the fucking system than just sitting in an account somewhere being hoarded like a dragon. You know, be flash, do your thing, buy the fancy shit. Anyway, I'll see you guys when I look at you. You'll see me when you look at me. Thanks so much for watching.